Did you run Christmas clubs?
Yes. If I had some of the children, the women in now, to tell you how they used to come a penny and twopence, they would say, when I put the toys in the window, the schoolmaster used to let them come across and see the toys, and then they would see the mums and see what they wanted, and they would come every week and pay pennies and twopences, and the little faces used to be glued. It isn't that long ago, but it seems a long time when I'm saying the faces were glued, but it was exciting. I know Mrs. Scattergood, they called her Mrs. Scattergood, they called her Mrs. They called her Scattergood, I don't know. And it isn't so long ago since she said, "Can you remember, Mrs. Tinian, when I used to come with twopence for a little machine in the window for Christmas, and then they would come down for it at Christmas." And I sold quite a lot of toys and books, you know. And then I sold wool. I used to sell patents and lavender and emu and loads of wool. And I got, then at Christmas again, I sold slippers and all kinds of things, fancy aprons, Christmas. So you could come in and go out dressed. You know, it was
really.
They were wonderful. When I thought to start a shop, I started in the kitchenette. I've just remembered, you see. I started in the kitchenette, and they had to come up to the lane. Well, I went to Manchester to, my husband took me, and we looked around places because I had known names of people, travellers that used to come to buy us. So I managed to get some things, came home. The parcels never arrived, they got stolen on the railway station. So the people that were going to be customers said they would be customers. They gave me coupons to buy some more things. So I started up again. And one day I just sold a little, maybe 7 and 6pence, 10 shillings a week I would take at first, you know. And then I expanded into here.
This was coupons, you're talking about the ration coupons?
Yeah. Clothing coupons.
Right.
So then I could see a little bit of future, so I came into here.
What,
into the living room, a sitting room rather. Did away with all the furniture in the sitting room, and made another door into there for them to come in.
So this used to be a shop where we're sitting now?
Yes. And I went to the sale room and bought a big reflectory table for a counter, and we put orange boxes up there so as we didn't drill the walls in case I went flop. And then
orange boxes. When you talk about orange boxes, this is when there were the
wooden ones.
The big wooden.
Yes.
I remember those.
Yes. And there was 2 in 1. You see, 2 shelves in 1.
Yes.
They were up there.
I asked you that because they don't have them like that.
Oh no,
They were useful.
No. And so I just crawled along. As I sold one thing, I got another lot, and then the first dress I got.
This was all drapery and
wool and kiddies, and this was all still in the house. Mm-hmm. And the first dress I sold, then I bought 2. When I sold those, I bought 3, and I thought, right, I'm going to make a go of dresses. So it improved and improved until I got permission, going back to Mr. Harrison, got permission to buy the 2 cottages over there, that is there now, but were derelict, you know. So we got builders in, Mr. Williamson's from Workington, and he was the joiner, and Mr. Glendinning, I think he's still working. When I was 14 and left school, the only thing I wanted to do was be in a shop. Because when I was a little girl, I used to always be hanging clothes up in the house and pretending I had a shop. And this always made me want to venture out. But not many girls in those days went into shops or anything. They all had to go to service. But however, my father, he was friendly, well, perhaps related to some ladies. I think they married into the family, and they got me into Byerses in Workington, Powell Street, where Woolworths is now.
What year would this be, roughly?
Well, I'm 88, and I was 12. I was 14.
Right. What about things at Whitsuntide and?
Oh well, the window would be full of things appropriate for all these occasions, and if there was a wedding, I've fixed them up for wedding grounds, and I have a letter. I used to get invited to the weddings when I got the wedding. Yes. Elsie Murray's wedding I was at, and it was a beautiful dress. And then I used to do all my own alterations. If I sold a dress, they were much more harder to alter in those days because the zips were in here.
Oh, in the side. Yes.
And if you had a short waist, well, I'd all that to take out and lift and put back in.
I was going to ask you about the machine in the back. I was going to ask you
Yes.
if you did alterations.
Yes.
So you've answered me that one.
Yes, I did them all and never charged them for it. And one particular little girl, her mother used to, well, she wasn't a little girl, she was a teenage because she used to go to the Friday night dances we had down here. And she used to say, if I send so-and-so down, my daughter down, will you fix her up with a dress? Well, many's the time I haven't been able to go to the dance for altering frocks for others. But that was business, wasn't it?